Good morning and happy hump day, everybody. You know, I gotta admire the fact that we're this far into 2026 and I still kept up the New Year's resolution of wearing pink on Wednesdays in my videos. I just want to point that out. Right, I already said good morning and happy hump day. Well, now I just said it again. Okay, let's get to my low, my high, my active kindness. So, my low and my high are both interconnected because it was literally last night I learned about something that was really important that I was able to fix today. Again, that's the high was I was able to fix it, but last night because of it, I didn't really sleep that well. But again, I took care of it. Everything was fine. And my act of kindness was I emptied the dehumidifier for my dad. So, yes. Let's see. What to discuss today? I don't really know. Yeah, it's funny. I was with my folks last night, watching TV, and we were struggling to find anything that was on. I mean, not that there was anything on. There was some shows on, but nothing that interested us. And we're just where is anything coming on? Man, that's why I miss I miss football. I want to talk about football again. I really do. I just talked about football yesterday, but I think yesterday's video was a sign of the fact that I just miss watching football. I do. I miss it. And I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that I feel this way. I mean, I look at football season like I look at going to Cuba Lake for the summer, where I'm really excited when it starts, and by the very end of it, I'm sad that it's over, but it ran its course. Yes, I'm sad it's over, but you know what? It ran its course. It was everything that it was supposed to be. For better or for worse. And that's how I feel. And that's how I feel about football too. When we trust me, you guys are gonna know when it's football season again. Because on days I do my NFL picks, I'm gonna be, wearing my jersey. So you'll definitely know. But I do miss it. I honestly am kind of excited for what's coming this season. I mean, literally the first game of the season is the Super Bowl rematch between the Patriots and the Seahawks. And I told this to my father last night. And, my dad's much more knowledgeable about this stuff than I am. So I had to ask, okay, first game of the year is Super Bowl rematch. Who you got? And I wouldn't say without missing a beat, but my father was rather quick to say the Seahawks, just because, I mean, as far as we both know, it's the exact same team as it was that won it. I don't know about any. I mean, listen, I like watching football. I wouldn't say I pay that much attention to roster changes like real diehard fans do. So if the Seahawks made any changes in their roster, I certainly wouldn't know about it. I mean, I'm sure they probably took into consideration who they got in the draft, I suppose, but that's really about it. Um, but for the most part, yeah, yeah, it would make sense that my father would pick this. I mean, again, I have some time to decide who I want to pick, and I won't make my NFL pick until until days of the week that actually do have football. Although this year I'm going to try and be very careful about what days football is going on, because in the past I absolutely have made the mistake of not making a video for an NFL pick simply because I had no idea there was a game going on. Like, I think it was last season when I missed making an NFL pick because I didn't know that the Chargers and the Chiefs were playing on, I believe it was a Saturday night, or was it a Friday night? One of those nights, where it was basically a day of the week where you normally don't watch football. But with the popularity of the NFL and, the fact that, the Super Bowl is going to be on Netflix, I think. No, Disney Plus. It's Disney Plus that's going to have the Super Bowl. I think there's going to be something exclusive. I mean, they wouldn't not let the masses watch the Super Bowl. That wouldn't be right. I mean, the Super Bowl should be something that everybody should. I mean, listen, I know it would be a huge moneymaker for Disney to do that, but I don't think they would ever actually alienate everyone in the country from watching the Super Bowl. I think if you're on Disney Plus, they'd probably just have something exclusive that only people that have Disney Plus that are watching the Super Bowl are going to be able to get. Like maybe more inside or behind the scenes stuff or whatever. I'm sure that's a thing. I'm sure they'll probably do that. I also just realized we've had 60 Super Bowls and I've been alive for 36 of them. Yeah. Actually, I'm happy to say this. I mean, I said in yesterday's video that I was really sad that, for that particular Super Bowl when it was the Cardinals versus the Steelers, I was sad that the Cardinals lost. But for the most part, there really haven't been many Super Bowls that I've been disappointed in the outcome. If anything, I've been more. I mean, there were some when I was a kid, and I'm sure I've shared this story before, but when I was a kid, my favorite color was green. I mean, I still like green. I just don't really have a favorite color at the moment. But my favorite color was green. And there was a team called the Green Bay Packers. I'm like, why would you not like that for that reason? And they were doing great, and then they wanted to lose that Super Bowl to the Broncos, which, I remember being sad. Like, for a kid, I remember being pretty inconsolable on that. Let's see. What else? Again, the Cardinals Super Bowl, I was sad over. I was definitely sad that the Eagles won that first Super Bowl, Super Bowl 52. Actually, the Super Bowl that they where Jalen Hurts got his revenge on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, that Super Bowl I was actually okay with. I was. I mean, still a little annoyed that the Super Bowl was what it was because a lot of people were betting on it was going to be the Lions and the Bills for that Super Bowl, but it wound up being, the Chiefs and the Eagles again. But it is what it is. And you know what? Again, I like Jalen Hurts, so I can't really be that upset by it. Of course, without Saquon Barkley, I don't think they are as good as who they were. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I can't really think of any other seriously, that's 3 Super Bowls. 4 if you want to be technical. If I was rooting for the Chiefs or the Eagles for that particular Super Bowl, but Yeah, man. I'm very lucky to say that the vast majority of Super Bowl winners I've been okay with. At least are the ones that I've been alive for. I mean, yeah, of course, there are some teams I'm sad that didn't win the Super Bowl when they got there. Or, some teams didn't even make it to the Super Bowl. Cleveland Browns, anyone? Or the Bills? I mean, yeah, I feel bad for the Bills, but that's just what it is. That stuff either happened before I was born or I was too young to remember any of it. But again, you can't tell. Let's be real here. Any football fan will tell you. Any football player, coach, fan, whoever, anyone that loves the sport of football will tell you, you cannot tell the story of the NFL without every single Super Bowl that's ever happened. You can't. It's called the Super Bowl for a reason. To have a team that's the best in the NFC and a team that's the best in the AFC, yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. But, what would happen if both of those teams clashed? And keep in mind, for the first 2 years, that's what it was. I mean, if you were the champions of the NFC, which used to be the original NFL, you were the apex predator of everybody. And the Super Bowl was just like an afterthought. It wasn't until Joe Namath and the Jets where people started taking not only the AFL more seriously, but just the idea of the greatness of the Super Bowl in general. I mean, think about this. You could probably count on your two hands the number of guys who are in the middle of the field for the coin toss for that very first Super Bowl. And now you've got a couple dozen people for the coin toss. You have several captains from both teams. You've got probably the officials are there, news crews, filming everything. Again, that's how big the Super Bowl's gotten. And not to mention, back in the day, even to get a commercial for the Super Bowl, I mean, it was still expensive, but, it was $42,000 or some crazy number like that. Now it's you're shoving out about $250,000 to just have a commercial with the Super Bowl. Which, yeah, good luck with that, buddy. I'll also just say, I really miss football. I really do. But you know what? I'll end this on a happy note. So, allow me to tell you the story. I think I've shared this before, but for those of you who don't know, I went to Gettysburg College for my college education. Every year I was there, I would go to a place on campus called the Attic. It was essentially where students would go and hang out and stuff. Kind of a nice place. Kind of cool. I would go to the Attic for every Super Bowl. So for reference, it was Super Bowls 46. No, it was. Oh shoot. No, 44, 45, 46, and 47. I went to the Attic to watch the Super Bowl. And every single team I rooted for won. So for reference, and I hope I got the numbers right, I was rooting for the Saints. So you're welcome, New Orleans. I was on your side against Peyton Manning. I was rooting for the Packers, which, you know what? My inner child was actually quite happy that I got to see the Packers win the Super Bowl. Yes, Aaron Rodgers won Super Bowl that he won. I was rooting for him in that game. Keep in mind, this would be before Aaron Rodgers became the Aaron Rodgers that everybody knows about, which beat the Steelers, which I find funny that both Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy are now on the team that they beat in the Super Bowl. That's going to make a difference. I just hope it doesn't go too poorly for them. Maybe they'll do well, I don't know. So So I rooted for the Saints and they won. I rooted for the Packers, they won. And then my junior year, that was Giants-Patriots round 2. I mean, just like before, just like the first time, I knew the Giants were going to be the underdog for that game, so I rooted for the Giants. And they won. I'll tell you what, though, that was the most fun Super Bowl I had because I was the only person in that entire area, in the entirety of the attic, save for maybe a couple other people, who were rooting for the Giants. Everybody else is a Patriots fan. And I got to go crazy when the Giants won. Man, I'm yelling. I'm like, woo! Like, I'm making fun of the Patriots in front of all those Patriots fans. Oh, man, it was great. I'll never forget this. Okay, this is going to sound so bad, but again, this was 2011, so bear with me. There was one, like, morbidly obese girl who, like, had a great personality that everybody liked, and she was a Patriot. I mean, I'm sure she's still alive. She's a Patriots fan, and obviously she couldn't handle any of my shenanigans, justifiably so. And she yelled at me from, like, 50 feet away. But again, this girl was morbidly obese, so I thought I heard the sound of mooing when she was yelling at me. I know, that's so bad. It's bad. I shouldn't have said. It happened literally over 15 years ago. Times are different now. And I'm sure, and hey, listen, the Patriots wound up winning 3 more Super Bowls after the second loss to the Giants. So, yeah, pretty sure the Patriots are going to be just fine. So that was my junior year. My senior year, the Ravens and the 49ers, the blackout game, Ray Lewis's last game, as well as the one Super Bowl that Union Endicott alumni Arthur Jones was in. Rest in peace, Arthur Jones. Yeah, I root for the Ravens. So yes, every year I went to the attic to watch the Super Bowl. And every year I went to the attic to watch the Super Bowl. Every team I rooted for always won. And here's the kicker. I would sit on, when you walk in, it'd be the right-hand corner of the bar. Like right at that corner. I always sat there. And every team I rooted for won. It's pretty cool when you think about it. Hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe to YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I'm going to help me this video for all you guys watching. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Remember, you guys want to talk shit, you hit the news about it. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby. And yes, this video was just a way of saying, I really miss football. I can't wait for football to start. Oh, I'm so excited.